Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome. We'll get underway as soon as is possible. I'll give you all a few minutes, obviously. I've only just got here. It'll be remiss to expect others to be here. I mean, I've been finished. Ow! I just got cramp. I'm so sorry. That's insanely painful. Yeah, just did a little bit. Yes. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, that really hurt. Bear with me. I'm just going to get some water. No problem, Stephanie. I'm just dying temporarily. But I will be with you in a minute. You don't know this with Martin Lewis on Today's the Day, do you? I'm just going to ask you to bear with me for 1 second. Hello. This should be better now. Good. Your quiz is open and everything. And I've stopped dying. Thank you for your donations thus far. If you would like to make more, the link's the same, so just find it yourself. Lovely stuff. Oh, Jesus Christ, what's happening? I'm just drinking water. I apologise. I think we're fine now. Oh my goodness. Yes, we're fine. We appear to be fine. I apologise. The picture on is quite difficult and does feature the hardest question ever. And a man who has a funny name, which is 13, but has been on the BBC website all day, especially on their sport. In fact, on their sport page. Right, I think I've avoided death now, which is beneficial. Mm. Okay. I'm going to start with the questions. The picture round is, I mean, that's not getting plaudits, is it? I'm so sorry. Let's start, shall we? Should we start? Question number 1, 16. And what I'm going to do when it's time for a question, well, hopefully avoid perishing. And I will raise to the skies. What shall I raise? I'll raise these sunglasses. There we go. So I will adjust the sunglasses. Just the full Shane Warne effect. Okay, question number 16. Ladies and gentlemen, 16 is on TV. Which comedian, ladies and gentlemen, which comedian who for a while appeared on a popular panel show and who appears to live under the misconception that nothing that he said prior to 2013 has been recorded for posterity, has also had solo TV shows called His Tramadol Nights and His New World Order. Which comedian is that, ladies and gentlemen? Tramadol Nights and New World Order, both TV shows bearing his name. In a break from tradition, right, that is better now. I feel comfortable now. Good. In a break from tradition, I'm going to have a cigarette during the quiz, like when asking a question. Question 17, ladies and gentlemen, is on sport and shopping, ladies and gentlemen. Which clothing store, I suppose? It does sell clothes, which apparel store is known for the cruel act of forcing its employees to dress like NFL referees or ice hockey referees also. Which clothing store is known for that? Their employees dress as though they're NFL referees wearing that uniform. Or ice hockey refs, they wear the same, don't they? What shop is that? Good. I can. Question two, Frankie. Which clothing store is known for its employees' uniform of the NFL refereeing costume or the NHL refereeing costume, if you prefer? The boots need a lot of work, don't they? No, that was it, Frankie. The next one is question 18, which you have not missed, which is on vaccine skeptics. Ladies and gentlemen, you may remember the intellectual might of Richard Fairbrass from last week. Well, ladies and gentlemen, apparently unsatisfied with his lot as a sidekick in the TV series Lewis, the TV show for people who like Morse but prefer Lewis. Lawrence Fox, ladies and gentlemen, Lawrence Fox has decided to take up his time, to use his time, doing full weight bellend. He is, of course, standing for the role of Mayor of London, and the millionaire actor and third generation star of stage and screen has decided to oppose the elite. Of course, he does this without actually specifying what the elite is and without acknowledging that if it does exist, the fact that he's been permitted to spout this bullshit without any comeback might indicate that he's in fact part of it as opposed to some key element of the fight against it. I'm on the fence, I don't know. What is the name of the entirely fictional political party that Lawrence Fox is representing in the London mayoral election? Lawrence Fox, ladies and gentlemen, who is a twat, isn't he? Really? Is representing which party at the London mayoral election? Question 19, ladies and gentlemen, is on, as ever, Springsteen joke, utterly abandoned, now lying apologetically on the roadside. The Kates of Wikipedia, ladies and gentlemen. Blank, ladies and gentlemen, blank is a chocolate cake or torte of Austrian origin, invented by Franz Blank, supposedly in 1832 for Prince Metternich in Vienna. It is one of the most famous Viennese culinary specialties. According to Franz Blank's son Eduard, Blank was invented by Franz when he was an apprentice under Chancellor Metternich's chef, one Maître Champbellier. The story goes that Franz was required to create a novel cake when the chef was ill. The Metternich connection was probably invented by Eduard many years later to appeal to Viennese people nostalgic for their imperial past. Blank remains popular in Austria and worldwide. The cake consists of a dense chocolate cake with a thin layer of apricot jam in between two halves, coated in dark chocolate icing on the top and sides. It is traditionally served with unsweetened whipped cream. The blank legend is a chocolate cake or tart of Austrian origin invented by France, supposedly in 1832 for the benefit of Prince Metternich in Vienna. According to France's son Edouard, blanc was invented by France when he was an apprentice under Chancellor Metternich's chef, one Maître Chambellier. The story goes that Franz was required to create a novel cake when the chef was ill. The Metternich connection was probably invented by Edward many years later to appeal to the Viennese nostalgic for their imperial past. It remains popular in Austria and worldwide. The cake consists of a dense chocolate cake with a thin layer of apricot jam in between two halves, coated in dark chocolate icing on the top and sides. It is traditionally served with unsweetened whipped cream. I won't do the actions for that. What cake is that? Here they are. Here they are now, entertainers. Question 20, ladies and gentlemen, is on films. Princess Aurora, ladies and gentlemen. Princess Aurora is the title card to which ballet? And perhaps more famously, classic 1959 animated film, Princess Aurora. A film that, if you give it too much thought, is probably not okay. What film is that, ladies and gentlemen? On ballet. Princess Aurora, the title character of a ballet, an animated film of 1959. What is it? Question 21, ladies and gentlemen, is, as ever, on our loyal friend sausages, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not saying, ladies and gentlemen, nowhere, no means am I saying that it's been a quiet news week in Somerset. But Somerset Live has today had on its front page since 9 o'clock this morning the headline, Hugh Grant spotted in Somerset town buying a sausage roll. Wise man, Hugh. Wise man, the Somerset town in question is 30 miles south of Bath and 43 miles east of Taunton. It's currently home to, amongst others, Danny Goffey from Supergrass and Pearl Lowe, his wife, mother of Daisy, parents of Daisy Lowe, and Anna Friel. See, there's one. The birthplace of Rich Jensen Button, Charlie Higson, and Richard Branch at the piano, as well as the landing place. This isn't helpful, but it is true. The landing place of the German paratrooper Himmelweit in a Peter Tinniswood short story in which he went on to represent Somerset in first-class cricket, becoming the only man ever to be dismissed Iron Cross hit wicket. Which town is this? Also a homophone of a well-known sportsman, ladies and gentlemen. So the Somerset town in which Hugh Grant was today spotted buying a sausage roll, ladies and gentlemen, is 30 miles south of Bath, 43 miles east of Taunton. Is currently home to looks like there's some sort of diaspora of the Illumina, the literate, whatever, the elite. Danny Goffey from Supergrass and his wife, Pearl Lowe. Anna Friel, she lives there. The birthplace of Jensen Button, Charlie Higson and Richard Branch at the piano, as well as the landing place of a fictional character in a short story none of you will have read. Which town is that? Also, the surname of a well-known sportsman. Oh, well, Question 22, ladies and gentlemen, is on later on, and I give you here is a series of 10 seemingly unconnected things which, upon closer scrutiny by you avid band of scrutineers, revealed to have a single conjoining theme. All you need to do is tell me what that theme is. So what links Kalidou Koulibaly of Napoli linked with Liverpool for the last 8 seasons or something? Baby shambles. Confused denial. A 2013 Gerard Butler film, the first of a trilogy. A 1975 Clint Eastwood film, starred and directed, I believe. A 2005 song by Doves. The TV series Glee. A former France and Manchester United defender. The 1980 Grand National. And the previous proclivities of Bobby Brown. I'll give you those things again. Consistently linked to Liverpool for the last 8 seasons or something like that. Kalidou Koulibaly, defender, Napoli. The band Baby Shambles. Confused Denial. A 2013 Gerard Butler film, the first of a trilogy. I think there's a 4th one planned as well. That's sure to be good. A 1975 Clint Eastwood film in which he starred and directed. No. Yeah, I know. Yeah. A 2005 song by Doves. The TV series Glee. A France and Manchester United defender. The 1980 Grand National. And previous activities of Bobby Brown. Question 23, ladies and gentlemen. Who last year who last year replaced Leo Varadkar in becoming the leader of Ireland, the Taoiseach of Ireland, who became the Taoiseach of Ireland, the President of Ireland, replacing Leo Varadkar last year. He can't spell either. Really, really poor effort. Question 24. Because I hate young people, which will become apparent 3 times during this quiz, my hatred for the young. Let's have a question about 90s TV, ladies and gentlemen. In which TV series, ladies and gentlemen, which TV series did the inestimably bad Neil Morrissey appear in the role of Sammy the Chamois, ladies and gentlemen? Sammy the Chamois, window cleaner, who you know wouldn't be able to spell chamois properly, ladies and gentlemen. In which TV series did Neil Morrissey appear in the role of Sammy the Chamois? It's not really a drama, it was just a fictional character. Do you know what? I completely forgot there was football on. I'm just going to put the football on my telly. Football shit, by the way. Okay. Question 25, ladies and gentlemen, is on colours, ladies and gentlemen. After whom is this colour named and developed, alongside with the estate of whom? The purple colour, known as Pantone love symbol number 2, ladies and gentlemen, is named for which person? Pantone love symbol number 2 is named for and developed with which person, or the estate of which person? The purple colour, Pantone love symbol number 2. I need the name of the person it was developed with. Question 26 is on rich humans, ladies and gentlemen, who last year, the 2020 Sunday Times Rich List, took first place in the Sunday Times UK Rich List over vaulting the Hinduja brothers, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe, not him anymore. Who is it? I hold him in very low esteem, lower than those two who are basically money laundering crooks and a man who wants to dig holes everywhere in the UK countryside. I hold him in lower esteem than them. Who is it? Question 27 is on sport and Formula One, ladies and gentlemen. Three different drivers represented Mercedes in the 2020 Formula One World Championship. Two of them, the normal drivers, Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton. Ladies and gentlemen, I will just definitely after this, yeah. Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton. But who was the third, ladies and gentlemen, stepping in for Hamilton when he was diagnosed with the Rona? He normally, last season, drove for Williams. Who is that person? So, two normal Mercedes drivers last season were Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton. But Lewis Hamilton got the coronavirus and was replaced by which driver who normally drove for Williams? Who was that? 26, Stephanie. 26 was who vaulted the Hinduja brothers and Jim Ratcliffe to become the number one entry in the Sunday Times UK Rich List for last year. I hate him. He's a prick and a plagiarist. Question 28, ladies and gentlemen, is on social media. Who, other than Instagram itself, has the most followers on Instagram? This man was born in 1985 and has relegated Ariana Grande, she's second amongst humans, and Dwayne The Rock Johnson, first amongst bits of rock masquerading as humans. Who is that person with the most Instagram followers born in 1985? Other than Instagram itself, who is it? It's the UK rich list, by the way. So these people are British people. Okay, or have British passports. Question 29, ladies and gentlemen, is on logos. Now, you remember last week, ladies and gentlemen, we spoke of the owl logo. The owl logo found on TripAdvisor and Duolingo, ladies and gentlemen. That also reminded me that there is a popular restaurant chain, ladies and gentlemen, also features an owl on its logo. The name of this chain, presumably a reference to the noise made by an owl. That's the only possible explanation I can find. A restaurant and bar chain, ladies and gentlemen, which features an owl on its logo and has a name which can only be a reference, surely, to the noise made by this creature. What is it? What is this chain? Question 29 is on logos, ladies and gentlemen. No. Sorry, question 30, isn't it? It's question 30. Sorry. It's on local radio. With a presenting roster featuring the likes of Jim Davis, but not the Jim Davis who does Garfield, a different Jim Davis who no one knows, and Tony Hadley. Yeah. What is the name of the BBC local radio station which serves Bedfordshire, Hertfordshire, and Buckinghamshire? What is the name of that BBC local radio station? Features Tony Hadley, amongst other people, and serves Bedfordshire, Hertfordshire, and Buckinghamshire. What is the name of that station? Okay, question 31 to 40. Okay, looking for the top 10s again. The top 10 most highly thought of food and drink TV programs. Now listen, if it's like, say, okay, let me give you, like, say, Keith Floyd, okay, had Floyd on so and so and so and so and so and so. All those I've counted as one. So you don't have to come up with the individual things like that. So if they're under the same banner, like, none of them are Keith Floyd, by the way, but that would only be one. So looking for basically the cooking brands, I would say. There are two series that are presented by the same person, but I think they're sufficiently different. And they are both programs. They're not really cooking. So food and drink TV programs, okay? Most highly thought of, okay? Or brands, really. I'm going to give you until 21:17. I will see if there's anyone who's got the wrong idea and set them straight now. Nobody has got the wrong idea. Some wrong answers, but no one's got the wrong idea. Okay. I'll give you 20 seconds just to finalise your answers for that if you're still going through them. You don't go back to it later, of course. That seems far away, doesn't it? Yeah. Good, very nice and close as well, ladies and gentlemen. Question 41. Question 41, ladies and gentlemen. This, with apologies to the youngsters, is the most gammony content of the day. And some of the detail in this question is probably only going to appeal to 3 people doing the quiz. And those 3 people are Nick Nicholson, David Nicholson, and Sam Roundtree. They're the only 3 people who may have some idea about this. What was the name of the film starring Roy Kinnear, Eric Sykes, and Jack Douglas and Suzanne Danielle, now married, of course, to Sam Torrance, but most prominently featuring Cannon and Ball as policemen set in the rural town of Little Botham? What was the name of that film, ladies and gentlemen, starring Cannon and Ball with a supporting cast including Roy Kinnear, Eric Sykes, Jack Douglas, and Suzanne Danielle, ladies and gentlemen, now, of course, the wife of Sam Torrance, previously, as everyone was in the late 70s, early 80s, romantically linked with Patrick Mower. They starred as policemen, Cannon and Ball did, in the rural town of Little Botham. What was the name of that film? The relevant team's score has just gone up by a point. I'm so sorry. Question 42 is on science, ladies and gentlemen. In physics, a force that rotates an object about an axis is known as a moment of force. Or by what one word the force that rotates an object around an axis is known either as a moment of force or by what one word? Question 43, ladies and gentlemen, is on TV, only surpassed by the waitress bar person Tracy, who appeared in the first episode of EastEnders and remains in it. What is the name of the long-time EastEnders character portrayed by Ulrich Brown? Frequently, in the background, he speaks very few words, but has run the same market stall throughout that time. What is the name of that character a black guy who works on the market, basically, played by Ulrich Brown, who's been in the programme since 1985. And he's last in it in 2019, although he has not officially stopped being in it. What was the name of that character? Who runs a market stall? Question 44, ladies and gentlemen, is on video games, and a great time, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a great time for fans of leaping from window ledge to drain pipe to shutter to window ledge the last few years, as it's coincided with a series of games in which you do just that, ladies and gentlemen. There's an original game and many sequels and spin-offs which have titles such as Drake's Fortune, Amongst Thieves, Drake's Deception, and The Thief's End, Golden Abyss, Fight for Fortune, and The Lost Legacy. Dramatic sounding all, aren't they? But what series of games is that, ladies and gentlemen? I basically use parkour and then shooting and a bit of stealth, if you want. What is the name of that series of games? Just to be clear about 42, okay, it's the first line of its Wikipedia page is blank is the rotational equivalent of linear force, okay? Just to be clear about that. Question 45 is on everyone's favourite sport, which is golf, ladies and gentlemen. Three men who have never won a major championship have been the world number one in men's golf, ladies and gentlemen? Two of them are the Englishmen Luke Donald and Lee Westwood, ladies and gentlemen. Who was number one in 2020, is the third. So the three men who've been world golf number one, despite never winning a major championship, two of them are Luke Donald and Lee Westwood. But who was world number one last year for a brief period, is the third. They're not necessarily English, by the way, in case that wasn't clear from the question. Question 46 is on natural history, and so it's just on nature, it's not on natural history at all. Which island, noted for the huge range and uniqueness of much of its flora and fauna, is home to the proboscis monkey? The proboscis monkey is endemic to this island where it lives, alongside an orangutan, also endemic, that bears the island's name. Which island is this? Noted for the huge range and uniqueness of much of its flora and fauna and unique rainforest conditions. It has, what's the word, biomes, isn't it? A variety of those in its within its climate, ladies and gentlemen. What island is that? Question 47 is on European history. Which city, now the capital of a different European country, became capital of Hungary in the 16th century as the Habsburg Empire seized control of much of Central Europe? It basically replaced Buda as the capital of Hungary in those days, before Pest was there. But which city is that? It's now capital of a different European country that at the time did not exist. It became capital of Hungary in the 16th century, replacing Buda, which replaced it itself much later. The Habsburg Empire seized control of much of Central Europe. Question 48, ladies and gentlemen, with a similar surname, pronounced the same, spelled differently, to a well-known writer. What is the name of the man who narrates some of the best-known works of Joseph Conrad, including Chance, Lord Jim, and probably most famously for fans of GCSE English, Heart of Darkness. His surname is very similar to that, pronounced the same, of a well-known English playwright, also very possibly studied at GCSE. What is the name of that person? Narrator, a sailor by trade, I think he is, who narrates Lord Jim, Chance, and Heart of Darkness, ladies and gentlemen. What is his name? Oh, have I put the wrong bloody thing in? I'm so sorry. Do you know what? I changed that question round about 30 times. I'm so sorry. I did it the other way round, and then I decided not to, and then I've obviously left the wrong title in, and I'm an idiot. I apologise. Oh, 46. 46, David, was which island noted for the huge range and uniqueness of much of its flora and fauna is home to the proboscis monkey, where it lives alongside the orangutan, both of which are endemic to this island. The orangutan species has the name of the island in its name, in the name of the species. What is the name of that island, home to the proboscis monkey? Oh, or Ali MacLeod, as it used to be known. Now, Stephanie, that's very kind, but it is undeniable that I have made a mistake. Even Homer nods. Question 49 is on TV. What was the name of the actress, ladies and gentlemen? Probably best known for her in this country for her appearances in Desperate Housewives, who was jailed in 2019 for her role in the bribery scandal, allowing children to gain preferable exam results and so on, and thus admission to college. What was the name of that actress who was jailed in 2019 for her role in assisting children through bribery to cheat examinations and gain access to further education? Question 50, ladies and gentlemen. This is also very gammony. I apologise. In the 70s, ladies and gentlemen, the 70s, there were Osmonds. There were lots of little Osmonds, lots of little Osmonds everywhere. But who, ladies and gentlemen, was the oldest Osmond? Of the Osmonds who were allowed to sing, there were two older ones who were deaf and weren't allowed to sing. Obviously, it would have sounded bad. Does that mean there will be noise or there won't be? So, who was the oldest of the Osmonds who was in the Osmonds? Question 51 is on films. Which Australian horror film of the 2010s was first directed by Jennifer Kent, and something upon which I will never ever lay my eyes, revolves around the titular monster of a pop-up storybook? What horror film of 20 in the 2010s is that, ladies and gentlemen? The title character is also the title character of a pop-up storybook, ladies and gentlemen, a monster. What is that film? Oh, there's more, damn it, I'm sorry. But this is something that no one will remember. I'm possibly the only person who remembers this. So this is fine. This is on TV, ladies and gentlemen. Calling all game heads, console cowboys, joystick jockeys, and keyboard kings. We need you. If we need you, if we're going to stop the bad guys from taking over the fun factory. So get down here and get logged on. Your mission's not just tough, was the introduction to which virtual reality children's TV show of the mid 1990s, everyone prancing around in helmets, was poor. What was the name of that? Calling all game heads, console cowboys, joystick jockeys, and keyboard kings. We need you if we're going to stop the bad guys from taking over the fun factory. So get down here, get logged on. Your mission's not just tough. Introduction to which children's TV show involving VR gaming of the mid 1990s? I'm sorry. Well done. Well done, those who remembered. If you can tell me the other very similar program that was released at the same time, I'd be even more impressed because that's incredibly obscure. There was one that was made by the same people who made Nightmare, but just a little bit. It was, yeah. Anyway, question 53 is on sport, ladies and gentlemen. The Italian football club Lazio were no strangers to fascist controversy on the grounds that they're openly controversial and openly fascist, and therefore, who better for them to sign than actually real signing than the grandson of Mussolini, which they actually have done. At least the training will run on time. Good. However, a few years prior to this, Perugia Football Club went a bit further, signing the son of which world leader, despite the fact that he appointed Diego Maradona as a personal coach and Ben Johnson as his personal trainer. The move was not a success, with La Repubblica, the newspaper, saying this of him: even at twice his current speed, he would still be twice as slowness itself. Who was that? The son of which world leader was that, ladies and gentlemen, who signed briefly for Perugia Football Club? He also played for Sampdoria for a bit, I believe. Who was that? The son of which world leader who played for Perugia for a short while? Good. Question 54, ladies and gentlemen, is on chess. What's the name of the English chess player regarded for a while in the 19th century as the best player in the world? Never world champion, I don't think. But before there was a world champion, regarded as the best player in the world prior to Morphy, I guess, Paul Morphy, who gives his name, this England chess player, to the standard design of chess pieces used worldwide. What is his surname? The English chess player regarded as the world's best in the early 19th century, who gave his name to the standard design of chess pieces used worldwide. What is his name? Question 55 is on ill-advised film, my dears, ladies and gentlemen. In The Wizard of Oz, The Wizard of Oz, there is a famous scene in which snow falls on the poppy field to soothe Dorothy and her gang to make them feel more at ease. However, ladies and gentlemen, it wasn't snowing at the time, so they couldn't use snow. So what did they use in its place? What was used in the place of snow, ladies and gentlemen, in the filming of The Wizard of Oz, the famous poppy field scene? What was it? And question 56, the last question in this round, ladies and gentlemen, is on music. Which word of 5 letters or more has appeared in the title of hit singles by all of the following people? Sash, DJ Sash, Bob Dylan, Prince, Oasis, Chic, and in one of the least fair clues of all time, Ennio Morricone. That's Sash, Bob Dylan, Prince, Oasis, Chic, and Ennio Morricone. If anyone can tell me what the Ennio Morricone thing applies to, if there's something that you've left blank or something like that, or something you won't know, or put it in the stupid name, you can tell me what that refers to. I'll be so impressed you can have an extra point. Okay? Get on with the music round as well, by the way. And the music round is like sort of 80% really good. Some very bad songs and then one particularly bad song, but it will make you laugh, the fact that it's in there. It shouldn't be in a quiz. You'll know when you get there. 5 or 6 minutes, yeah. A couple of minutes, ladies and gentlemen, a couple of minutes. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here are your pointless questions and your tiebreaker questions. So for your pointless questions, only 3 of them this week, okay? I need the name of any footballer who has played in 15 games at the World Cup finals. So not in qualifying, at the World Cup finals. I need any black person to have received an Oscar nomination in an acting category, or any of the 2021 Rough Guide's top English seaside resorts. Okay? So any player to have played in 15 games at World Cup finals tournaments, any black person to have received an Oscar nomination in an acting category, that's best female actor, best male actor, best supporting female actor, best supporting male actor, or any seaside resort in the UK named in Rough Guide's top British seaside resorts for 2021. Okay? Your pointless question is that chefs in New Zealand, ladies and gentlemen, not your pointless, your tiebreaker question, recently made the world's largest ever pavlova, ladies and gentlemen. It was called pavkong. Okay? And what I want to know is how long was this pavlova in centimeters? Okay? I'm going to give you until 22:17 to answer. Okay? Good. That's one of my favourite ever wrong answers. So you've got 5 minutes. It's super close, by the way. Okay, you've got like 4 centimeters of cigarette left. Okay, 20 seconds. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The quiz is over, ladies and gentlemen. Here are your answers. Number 1 was Oswald Mosley, of course, ladies and gentlemen, lovely man. Number 2 is Stevie Nicks. Number 3, my favourite ever wrong answer in this quiz, is not Bill Clinton. It's the Mexborough-born world darts champion Dennis Priestley. And number 4 is called Zingy. He's the EDF. He was the yeah. Fifth one is Ted Rogers. And Frampton comes alive. Jim Owen, ladies and gentlemen. That's the footballing career of Derek Mountfield. 9, Bernie Madoff. 10 is not Judge Judy or a number of other very wrong answers. That's Alanis Morissette. 11 was Heath Streak, ladies and gentlemen. Heath Streak, banned today for 8 years from all cricket. 12 in the hardest possible question. That, ladies and gentlemen, is our Graham from Blind Date, which I would have accepted as an answer. 13 is the young Fulham footballer Delano Splat. 15 was Salad Day, 14 was Salad Days, and 15 was Onward Christian Soldier. Onward Christian Soldier. Lovely stuff. 16, comedians Frankie Boyle. 17, Footlocker is that thing. 18, The Reclaim Party. 19, that's a Zaka Torta, Franz Zaka. 20, Sleeping Beauty. 21, Hugh Grant was in Froome. Incident at Froome, ladies and gentlemen. I'd recommend reading Tales from a Laundry Room by Peter Tinniswood, by the way. It's magnificent. 22, Kalidou Koulibaly is known as K2. The Baby Shambles song was Kilimanjaro. Of course, the Dove song was Snowden. Confused Denial is a bad crossword clue for Denali. The 2013 Gerard Butler film was Olympus Has Fallen. The Clint Eastwood film was The Eiger Sanction. Glee is set in McKinley High School, of course. The France and Man United footballer was Laurent Blanc, Mont Blanc. The 1980 Grand National was won by Ben Nevis, a horse, and Bobby Brown would like to Mount Whitney. Lovely stuff. They're all mountains. 23, Michael Martin, but Michael with the E and A, the other way around, Michael Martin. 24, Noel's House Party featured Sammy the Chamois. 25, Prince, ladies and gentlemen. 26, James Dyson, the hot spit, James Dyson. 27, George Russell was the Formula One driver. 28, ladies and gentlemen, Cristiano Ronaldo is that man. 29, Hooters, the restaurant. 30, Three Counties Radio is the radio station. 31 to 40, you could have had Bake Off. Kitchen Nightmares, any Hairy Biker show, any MasterChef show, Hell's Kitchen. I did say one of them had the same presenter, but they're different things, aren't they? Eat Well for Less, Ready Steady Cook, Mary Berry, Jamie Oliver, and Man vs. Food. 41, the Cannonball film was The Boys in Blue. 42, Talk, ladies and gentlemen, Talk is that word. 43, he played Winston in EastEnders. 44, Uncharted is that thing. 45, John Rahm was the Dolph number 1. 46, Borneo is the island. 47, Bratislava was the capital city of Hungary, now Slovakia. 48, which I gave, move on. 49, Felicity Huffman was the actress. 50, Alan was the oldest Osmond. 51, the horror story was The Babadook. 52, Virtually Impossible was the CBBC show. 53, Colonel Gaddafi's Child was signed by Perugia. 54, Howard Staunton was the chessman, the Staunton set. 55, they used asbestos instead of snow. Well done if you got that. 56, Times is the song. Then Mysterious Times by Sash. The Times, They Are Changing. Sign of the Times. The Hindu Times. Good Times. And Chi Mai, the theme, which was officially called the theme from the BBC series, The Life and Times of David Lloyd George. Well done if you got that. On to your music questions. The first one was Otis Redding, with respect. Someone did spell it out, which doesn't happen in the Otis Redding song, of course, but never mind. Next one was John Denver with Rocky Mountain High. There's Dexys, Midnight Runners with Tell Me When My Light Turns Green. The Lighthouse Family, which you all recognise that song, didn't you? But it's called Lost in Space. And there was the Libertines with Up the Bracket. Taylor Swift with Look What You Made Me Do. Dobie Gray with Out on the Floor. Blondie with Picture This. Black Lace with Gangbang. That's nice. Right. If, like Black Lace, you're looking to organise a multi-participant gangbang, don't do it against a wall. That reduces access to the gangbang. If anything, you're losing half of your visible gangbanging spectrum. And if you're Black Lace, you're presumably not fussy about who's in it. Next one was the Clint Boone Experience with White No Sugar, featuring Alfie Bow on backing vocals. Fun fact. And then it was Blue with One Love, and then the Parquet Courts with Total Football, ladies and gentlemen. Your pointless answers, your seaside results could have had Shanklin on the Isle of Wight, something called Pittenweem in Fife, Lochinver, whatever, New Brighton in Merseyside, Salcombe, Plockton in Ross and Cromarty, Barton-on-Sea, and Portree on Skye. Your actors, you could have had Mary J. Blige, Monique, Taraji P. Henson, I'm not going to make that yet, Ruby D, Sophie Oquendo, Margaret Avery, Alfred Woodard, Bea Richards, Juanita Moore, I've spelled that wrong, so I don't know who it is, Jay Davidson, Adolph Caesar, great name, Howard Rollins, Rupert Cross, Ruth Negger, Gabori Sidibe, Diane Carroll, Dorothy Dandridge, Terence Howard, Dexter Gordon, or Paul Winfield. Your footballers, which no one went for. There's some really well-known players in this. You could have had any one of these. Rudy Voller, Lucas Podolski, Neilton Santos, great player. Dirk Kuyt, what? Didi, Maxim Bossis, Frankie van der Elst, Lilian Thuram, played in 3, and they got knocked out of the group in one of those. He still played 16 games. Gilberto Silva, Oscar Ruggieri, Mesut Ozil, Jan Keulemans, Boniek, the Pole, Giuseppe Bergami, played in 17 World Cup games and no qualifiers. Karl-Heinz Schnellinger, who was the bloke, it hits his arm when Wolfgang Weber equalises in the 66 World Cup final. Lucio, the sort of pre-David Luiz, Claudio Taffarel, Gaetano Scirea, the great Italian, Antonio Cabrini, the less great Italian, Per Mertesacker Emptiness himself, and Vladislav Zamuda, the Pole. And the world's biggest pavlova was 6,400 centimetres, ladies and gentlemen. Your leaderboard, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pleased to announce a couple of things. In fourth place, with a score of 42, is Amy and Dave. In third place, 50, possibly because of the heavy gammon content, for which I apologise, universally challenged. And then in joint first, ladies and gentlemen, we have the chords and no effing Philip, but that there is Phi. Let's have a look at the tiebreaker, shall we? So, the chords went for a sensible 5,260 centimetres. No effing Philip, but there is Phi, however, went for 70,342. That's a 700-metre long pavlova. So the winners of tonight's quiz on the tiebreak system are the chords. A warm round of applause to everyone for taking part. Thank you. Those of you who would like to make donations who haven't done so, please do so via the same PayPal as every week. It'd be a beautiful pleasure soon to see your actual faces in public. The Swan opens on May the 17th. Don't know what's going on with the quiz yet. Paul hasn't said, so I don't know. But we'll carry on doing this every Wednesday until then. I'll tell you now, if there are only 3 teams who take part, 4 is fine because it's it's just I just quite like doing it for you lot. But if there's only 3, we're going to do special buzzer quiz. I'll tell you that now. No one here has any experience of TV buzzer quizzing, so it'll be completely fine. So until next week, see you later. Bye.